Welcome to the Positive Change Methods podcast with me, Andy Smith. Each episode will bring you tips, practical change formats, and new perspectives to make your life and work better right now, drawn from Appreciative Inquiry and related approaches. This episode is brought to you by the Practical Appreciative Inquiry Facilitator Training. Let me show you how to get started using Appreciative Inquiry confidently with teams and small groups. The next live online course starts soon. You can find the details and how to book your place at coachingleaders.co.uk. Okay, let's get started. Episode 12, the definition stage. What you need at the start of your Appreciative Inquiry project, a very quick overview. The definition stage of Appreciative Inquiry is where you get everything ready to conduct your Appreciative Inquiry process. It's the stage that's taken as a given when we talk about the 4D model, the cycle of discover, dream, design and deliver, see the previous chapter, that you might go through when you conduct an Appreciative Inquiry meeting or summit. But it's a vital part of the whole process and you can't rush straight in without it. The definition stage is where you plan what your Appreciative Inquiry is going to be about, the scope of the inquiry, who's going to be involved, how long you expect it to take, and so on. Form a steering group for large-scale AI projects. The larger the scope of your Appreciative Inquiry, the more planning you need to do. For large-scale organizational change, you'll need a steering group, made up ideally of volunteers from different areas and different levels of the organization, so you get some diversity of viewpoint and experience. You'll also need at least one person that knows what they're doing with Appreciative Inquiry. It could be you or someone from within the organization who's used AI successfully before. Or maybe you get an external consultant like me in to help you. Very importantly, for large-scale change, you need a sponsor in your steering group. Someone senior with decision-making power and a budget, who, if necessary, can go to bat for your Appreciative Inquiry project in the senior leadership team. I'll talk more about the practicalities of implementing an Appreciative Inquiry process in later chapters. As this book is primarily about working with teams and small groups, I'll focus on that for the moment. Most significantly, the definition stage is where you define your affirmative topic or topics for the inquiry. In the next sections, I'll examine what makes a successful affirmative topic and show you a quick and dirty way to formulate affirmative topics, even if you're starting from a problem. Why it helps to flip problems into affirmative topics. Have you ever felt like you've tried everything to solve a problem, nothing's worked and you're out of ideas? Probably everyone's had that experience. It's not easy facing up to problems if they're non-trivial. If the problem looks so complicated that you don't know where to start, if the consequences of failure might be career-ending or even life-threatening, or if it feels like solving the problem will take a whole lot of hard, unpleasant work, then even thinking about it is stressful. It's no wonder that people and teams, organizations and whole societies often put off tackling problems until the last minute. And even when we do finally face up to the challenge, if we view it as a threat or even a target to be accomplished by a certain deadline, that will put us into analytic mode, which is like putting blinkers on. Focusing on the task rather than relationships, reducing trust between people, making us less open to new ideas and less creative. This is great for an individual wanting to get things done and hit deadlines using familiar methods, but it's no good at all for coming up with innovative ways to solve a problem, or for working together to achieve goals as a team. If thinking about a problem is stressful, encourages procrastination, and tips you into analytic mode too soon for optimal solution finding, how can we reframe how we think about the problem to make facing up to it easier? Essentially, we need to reframe or flip the problem so that it focuses on the positive outcome, what we want instead of the problem, and engages the people involved in coming up with ways to get there. Reframing the problem statement so that it's about what you want instead of what you don't want will most likely give an instant boost to your creativity and your feeling that you can meet the challenge. In Appreciative Inquiry, this way of framing issues as a search for positive outcomes in the future, rather than analysing past causes of what's gone wrong, is known as an affirmative topic. This concept is important, fateful, as many books on AI describe it, because it sets the frame for what we're going to inquire into. Essentially, what's going right and the conditions that give rise to success. Not only are we more likely to find success by studying successes rather than the causes of failure, we'll also find it easier to light up the empathic network in our brains, which will make it easier to work together, think creatively, and be open to ideas that originate from others. In the next episode, we'll look at when to use affirmative topics and what the checklist for a well-defined affirmative topic would look like, plus a quick and dirty way of flipping problem statements into affirmative topics. Thanks for listening to the Positive Change Methods podcast with me, Andy Smith. You can find the show notes at positivechangemethods.com. Please like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you like this episode, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you can review it. See you next time.